Hello, it's Jess again. Another health update I'm gonna do. So I made one on September, so I may have mentioned Marfan's, but that's probably the only thing I mentioned back then. I'm not sure. That old man rheumatologist I had then, for those who watched it, is no longer there. And the other rheumatologist that I got after that does not believe that I have Marfan's because I don't look like it. Like, I don't have the long, the common stereotypical looks of it. So I think it's mostly EDS. There's also recent, I've been having so many appointments lately, but I've gotten referrals to cardiology, allergist. That's it so far, I think, but cardiology is having me do, I just had an echocardiogram yesterday, and I'm having to get a CT. I also had gotten like x-rays on my chest, I think, but that was from the last rheumatologist visit, which was just on the 13th of this month. The allergist is they got 2 inhalers, maintenance and an emergency. I got EpiPen. And I'm supposed to be waiting on allergy shots to come in and to, for me and my husband to both learn how to do them, but I don't guess they're coming yet. I haven't received a phone call about it. Although I have noticed on my app to the place, it said that I had an appointment yesterday at 11 a.m. when I didn't. I had not heard anything about that. No news, no phone call, no anything. So, and it said it was for allergy serum. Like I was supposed to have came and gotten it. I don't know, but I knew nothing about that. I don't know if it's, I don't know. The allergy spot is supposed to be, I think she said starts out with like 3 times a week, then eventually 2 times a week, and then once a week, and then like once every few months, and then like, once every few years, whatever. It like progresses like that. My allergies is mainly, what greatly impacts me is fragrance allergies. I really cannot be around certain people, unfortunately. A lot of different people. But also apparently, because I had the allergy panel done, like on my back, that's pokey things. Apparently, I'm allergic to a lot more than I thought. Like, the environment, nature, and trees, and cats, and hogs, and I'm not sure what else. It's a long list. I got the paper. Somewhere. That reminds me, I should put that in my new folder. I got a folder, but anyway, that's the allergy stuff. Cardiologist is having me do a CT and echo. Echo was just done yesterday. Rheumatology is having me on Wednesday do ultrasound on my hips, or they call bilateral hips, the outside edge, and my sternum when there's like sore spots like up here underneath there's really sore spots and lumps and stuff, and it's really painful. So I have to get that done. And yeah, it's just been so fatiguing lately. Yeah, I only really have a little journal, and I'm only sharing, what's happenings, but the last rheumatologist I went to, which was on the 13th, basically, although he insisted I could not pay attention if I took notes and didn't let me, he still listened and was nice, and sounds like he will do all he can to get me answers about my health, which is good. But I mean, really, he wouldn't be convinced that I could pay attention with notes. Like, I would think I could because I'm neurodivergent, and maybe that makes a difference, but that's the only complaint really I had of him. Like, he kept insisting that. So, I don't know. I expressed concern about me not remembering what he discussed, and he printed out papers explaining everything, and he thinks I could have either lupus or scleroderma, or a bit of both, like a multiple thing. And yeah, they were still doing testing, and also he wants, this rheumatologist wants me to get an MRI on my back, especially the lumbar section, which is your lower back. Yeah, because it's a lot of pain. And I'm also going to need a neurologist because how much I struggle to walk. And the three main reasons, mainly, I think of what I keep bringing up is, one, the feeling of needles like poking me after I take a shower, especially on my back. But it's mildly in other areas, a few spots here and there, like chest, arms, here and there. 2 episodes of me not being able to walk while I'm already standing. It doesn't happen often. Every couple months or few months or so, I'll suddenly find myself just standing there, and I'm like, I know, realistically, in my brain, I know how to walk, but, like, it almost, like, I can't make my body do it. It's like, what? I do walk in the apartment. I do have, a power chair, and, it really is for distances, even to the van, because it gives me a great deal of pain, and, well, obviously fatigue eventually, but a great deal of pain to walk distances. So I have a chair, but I do walk inside the apartment. So that's mainly where I'm talking about, the areas where I, can walk. And number 3, his family history of MS. I mean, it's not my mom or dad, it's my mom's dad, my papa. He died, but yeah, he had that. And so we just, wanted to check on that. I mean, hopefully our suspicions are wrong, and it's nothing like I don't want people to think, at least the rheumatologist didn't think I was like a hypochondriac, thinking I have something that I might not. I suppose if I didn't give those few reasons I give, they wouldn't have taken it as seriously as they did, recommending I see a neurologist. So that's good. This latest rheumatologist also suspects maybe I could have a herniated disc in my back, maybe, because to him, like, what I'm diagnosed with already doesn't seem to explain why I can't really walk. But, we don't know for sure yet. I think the MRI should determine that. Yeah. And what was it, last Thursday? I had to make an appointment with my primary in order to get referrals done. And at first, this is the latest experience, and it gave me quite anxious and made me not feel listened to, but I'm going to go on and explain it. At first, he asked if my rheumatologist had sent him anything for it, but no, he didn't. I guess order or something, I don't know. He did write in the doctor's notes in the app, though, he wants results of ECG facts to him too. After explaining those 3 facts that I wrote on the previous page, the previous entry, I did just tell y'all the 3, things about, why I want to see neurology, why MS, That's what I'm referring to. Those reasons I included the symptoms. He agreed to make the referral. When we got to the GI doctor referral, I felt like I wasn't listened to. I tried to tell him and remember my stomach symptoms and what foods caused them. It's because, like, I didn't bring any notes with me because I didn't think I had to. I just was asking for a referral, so I didn't think I had to really explain myself and bring proof and list of foods that I can't tolerate. So I didn't. So trying to explain to him was not the easiest thing. I feel like I don't explain things well verbally, but yeah. Anyways, it felt like he seemed to want to argue with me and insist that I eat certain foods, like some fruits like berries and beans and vegetables, etc. Many of the foods he listed had caused those stomach issues, like the constipation and food feeling like it stayed in my stomach too long, like the stomach itself, not any further down. We were suspecting gastroparesis, but we do not know. I just thought maybe since it's so common with EDS, but I could be wrong, I guess. I tried to explain. I really didn't mean to sound like I was arguing, but maybe he thought what I said sounded like excuses, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's really like, I may not necessarily be experiencing symptoms currently, but if I ate certain foods again, I would experience those symptoms and be stopped up in my stomach. I don't want to have to avoid so-called, like healthy food, but that's my concern. And he's just basically fussed at me for avoiding those foods. Like, if you had those foods, you wouldn't have stomach issues. Like, those foods are what cause my stomach issues. And he just got so upset. Like, even my husband tried to, like, he told him we stopped buying things like bags of apples because we couldn't really afford them constant fruit or constant things. And it felt like he kind of got upset, the doctor. And he mentioned how we can't afford that, but we can choose to like pay thousands of dollars at a specialist. And when we mentioned it was Medicaid, he it felt harsh, kind of like he's just like remarked how, so you're making someone else pay for it then. And he did do the referrals and he's like, I made the referrals, and he quickly and kind of coldly told us like, oh, have a nice day. I made the referrals, have a nice day, and he just left the room. And I held it in until like the Walmart parking lot because we had to get a couple of things, or my husband did. He went in. I stayed in the van because there wasn't really a need. And I wasn't sure if my husband was on my side, but he was because he just mentioned, I guess, fiber supplements or something else. He was trying to suggest things as the first thing he said, so like, is he on my side or not? But yeah, he was even upset at how the doctor acted. And yeah, I noticed online his like little profile mentions a passion for preventive medicine with an emphasis in nutrition. Like, that's not always the solution for things, I guess. But I mean, realistically, I would eat healthier food because as much as some people might think I'm immature, at some other times I'm mature and adult enough to know that you should be eating healthy food. So I totally would, for the most part, if it worked out. If my stomach didn't react, if I didn't have a sensory issue to it, like a texture, But I guess I am going to try I made a phone call, but turns out, yeah, just pick up a, what did she say? Like, a change in provider form is what I'm going to have to fill it out. But she did say, yes, you can switch within the same clinic. And I think this one that I was recommended, some of my husband's family likes her, so I might go to this different one. But yeah, and then situations like this, I start to, ruminate. Like, could I have said something different? Could I have assured him, yes, I do want to eat healthy? That's not what I'm talking about. That, this is probably why normally I over-explain in person, but, or was he just, determined not to really listen to me, and he was just, upset? And, why couldn't he just simply made the referral to the GI doctor? Just because he has, a emphasis in nutrition doesn't mean he knows more than a GI doctor would. Because it could be a whole, condition. So, yeah, that is what happened, and it's just really stressful, and he got really upset. It's so weird. At least the previous primary that I had, he was nicer than that, and he would even agree to read my notes, when I couldn't really speak well and verbally out loud. He would read it, and this one just wouldn't take it or wouldn't look at things. He's like, you can read it, you can tell me, and everything. The reason I switched was the previous one wasn't quite as empathetic as I needed him to be, because he would make remarks like, you're gonna die in that chair and stuff, referring to my power chair. And I totally would be walking more if it didn't pain me so much. There has to, and turns out there is more reasons than we thought. It's not just EDS. It's I think test determined thoracic arthritis in my back. Is a bit of scoliosis, just a mild scoliosis in my lumbar, in my lower back. And there could be more problems back there. We won't know until the MRI comes, when I do that. But yeah, that's just a week or two ago, I had this whole, because of all this stress, I guess, I had this whole episode where I had to go to bed early, 9:30, and I, that obviously made me wake up early, 7:30, 8 o'clock, or 8:30, but I think my body system just shut down. Part of me wishes it would continue, because in December, I'm not sure if it was here's my planner. Let me tell y'all about the upcoming appointments. Of course, this Wednesday is an ultrasound for my hip area and, my sternum area where there's really sore spots. That's coming up. There is, I mentioned why I wish that episode would continue, because I have to get up so early in this one day in December. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. Monday the 8th, which is actually supposed to be our wedding anniversary, but I think we were going to wait to do anything anyways, because he gets bonus money late December, from year-end bonus. But December 8th is the food allergy test, because they could not do that the same day as the other allergy test, the environmental allergy test. And they couldn't do it until December 8th, apparently. And December 9th, the next day, is the CT for my chest. That I had to be fasting, so they had to make it in the morning at 8:45. But counting drive time, we have to probably leave at 7:30. It takes 50-something minutes to get there, but you want to be like early. You want to be at least 15 minutes early, something like that, to appointments. So yeah, there's that. And that is why I was saying that I was, it would continue. But I think after this Wednesday, I don't have anything until the 8th. Which is nice. Next week I have a week off. But yeah, after that, December 15th, I have the MRI for my lumbar spine, my lumbar area, my back. 3 p.m. at least, but Tuesday, the next day, is a cardiology follow-up at 11:30 because they could not make it any later than that, unfortunately. I think anything else was January 19th and 20-something. I really need a new planner. That would probably be helpful. Yeah, 26th ultrasound, 8th food testing. January 19th is the rheumatologist follow-up. And January 28th is supposed to be primary, but I'm going to switch primary, so I don't know how that will affect the date, when I was supposed to see him. I really want to switch, I guess. But the part of me is like, I shouldn't keep switching because I don't like what they say, but at the same time, it's just, you want to be listened to, like felt heard, and I just kind of wasn't. Like, I really wasn't trying to be difficult. I really would eat healthier, like, so-called, what's called healthy food. There is, like, I did make a list. I know this video is, like, probably long and I'm rambling, but I just want to make a video, saying out loud, as much verbally as I can. My pen's in my purse. What's been, saying out loud in one video, what's been going on and everything. But stomach issue wise, there is occasional nausea. It hasn't happened in a while, but can be. Bloating and constipation. My worst episodes has lasted for like a week to a week and a half. Feeling full after eating just a small amount. Acid reflux or GERD. Often, especially without medication. Occasional lack of appetite. Symptoms especially show up when I don't avoid certain foods, which are, beef, most pork except for occasional bacon. My husband wants to have a pulled pork, barbecue, in the crack spot this week. And I can kind of have that, just rare occasions. I don't want to have constant heavy, pork because, red meat. And beans, I can't have beans or whole wheat or / whole grain. Salad and roughages, raw vegetables, certain vegetables, especially if raw. Certain packaged foods and jar sauces, I have to make my own because of what's in them. Added stuff, especially, I can't have garlic or onion, really. Peppers. I don't know if it's bell peppers or just spicy peppers, but I can't have American cheese, higher fat dairy products, many higher fat foods, many spicy foods. The only Mexican food I can really eat is homemade tacos that we make, that we control what's in them. I can't really have them at gatherings because they put stuff in them that could bother my stomach. I have to know what's they're made of. So I have to make my own tacos and nachos and like quesadillas and basic stuff like that. I probably could still not have enchiladas or stuff like that. I can't have higher FODMAPs. I can't have some fruit like berries. I need to add eggs to it because I really can't. Unless, of course, they're baked into things. I have a stomach sensitivity to that. Yeah, and then I put a note at the end of because I wrote a paper for when I do have the GI, if the referrals go through. At any rate, but let's hope they do. Like speaking of the doctor, he barely wanted to look at the list of referrals. Like, my Medicaid mailed me a paper that says, here's the, places that's covered by them on there. Like, under, gastroenterologist and neurology. Like, here's the places you need to use. And he didn't really want to look at the paper that much. Like, I don't know. I couldn't really make him do that because he was already upset. It was just a bizarre situation, But anyways, what I was saying is I put a note at the bottom of that paper that how this is concerning. I want to eat healthy, but many healthy foods cause me stomach issues. While my stomach issues are at bay when I avoid certain foods, I want to be able to actually eat healthily the way I'm supposed to. Even foods suggested by my doctor, I had to tell him I could not have. So hopefully if I get the referral comes through and, it's under my Medicaid, actually, I can tell the GI doctor all about that. And I got a folder now to organize. Got one yesterday to see. That's what it looks like. I'm putting it under my stack of stuff over there. But anyways, I think that's everything. It's become a long video, almost half an hour, just talking about all that's gone on. I think that's all. Anyways, thank you for whoever watches this video and can understand and empathize with me. I really appreciate that. I hope y'all take care, and I'll see y'all in another video. Bye-bye.